Hi everybody, I'm Greg. I'm going to walk you through how to create the DIY face shields that we've been building for our local medical facilities. It's pretty easy. You just need some pretty common office supplies, maybe some things you might already have around the house. If you have any questions, of course, you can reach out to us and we can give you some answers. But otherwise, enjoy. We're using a Scotch brand laminator, a transparency pocket, a clear sheet of transparency paper, 8.5 by 11, 1/2 inch peel and stick weather stripping, 3/8 inch braided elastic. You can also use 1/4 inch, doesn't really matter. A hole punch, a good pair of scissors, preferably not the ones that your wife just bought from the store, and a cup of coffee. Alright, so the first thing you're going to do is warm your machine up. Probably takes about 5 to 10 minutes for it to get fully hot so that when you run the plastic through the machine it melts the glue properly. Alright, while we're waiting for the machine to heat up, we can go ahead and assemble our plastic pocket. And neither one of these is rigid enough on its own to make the mask, so it works pretty well when you use both of these and run it through the laminator. Gives it a pretty good solid structure. Pretty quick, you just pop that in there. Doesn't really have to be perfect. Mine's not even perfectly straight, but it won't matter too much as long as the outside is straight when you put on the rest of the weather stripping and the elastic. And we can move on to the next thing. Alright, while we're continuing to wait for the machine to heat up, we can go ahead and cut our foam and our elastic. The foam is just going to be a little bit shorter than the length of the plastic pocket. That way you have enough room to hole punch on either side. And then the elastic is actually going to be a little bit longer, about 1 inch on either side, so you have enough to tie off. Alright, the next thing we're going to do is run the pocket through the machine. Just make sure it's nice and straight. Got a little debris in ours, but as long as you just check to make sure that you don't have any in yours, it'll be good. And we'll fast forward a bit. Okay, as you can see, we got a little bit of debris in ours, but not a big deal. On to the next step. Next, go ahead and pop on the foam at the top. Make sure you leave enough room to be able to hole punch on either side. Then you can go ahead and hole punch. I try to keep it right in the center of the actual foam here. That way it stays pretty even when it's on your head. Okay. Alright, next we're going to go ahead and string our elastic through the holes and tie off the ends. And if you leave them somewhat loose, you can adjust them. I like to use the thicker one because you only really have to put one knot in it and it holds pretty well. It doesn't go through that hole punched hole. And you can adjust it easier because you don't have a double knot. If you use the thinner stuff, you know, leave them loose until you're ready to make it the permanent size and it keeps it easier for you. Alright, so let's go ahead and try it on. Fits pretty good. Let's do a test. I'm dry. Stay safe, everybody. Have a good one.